Hi darlings, and welcome back to Pass or Smash, new makeup edition. So, here on Pass or Smash, we talk about new makeup releases, primarily indie brand launches, and we decide if we want to pass as in buy bitch or smash add to cart. So, not that many new releases this week. There's a couple that I want to talk about, so let's get into the makeups, shall we? Remember, we don't have to buy everything, but if you want to, I'll have the information in the description box for you, including any codes I can find so that, you get a little bit of a deal if you're going to do it, So, Nomad is releasing their new palette. We talked a little bit about, the fact that they were starting their teasers. Well, the color story has now been revealed. So, Nomad Cosmetics Ireland the Atlantic Way is here. It is an 18 pan palette. There are 11 mattes and 7 shimmers. And this is inspired by Ireland's West Coast, like the cliffs of Moher and all that. Now, obviously this is greens and blues, a little pop of light yellow and some tans, kind of copper, there's one copper kind of a shade. It looks like an Ireland palette to me. Do I think this probably could have been edited down, honestly? I think it probably could have been edited down to maybe a 15 pan palette, but I do think it's beautiful. Now, I've seen a couple of videos so far, and they're kind of a mixed bag of reviews. Some are oh, this is the best thing ever, and then others are some of these shades don't work for me. I think it's beautiful. Will I probably end up picking it up? Yes, eventually. Now this is not limited edition. It does say that it's going to be stocking for up to a year, so that's good to know. And it is $49. Like I said, 18 pans. There are 11 mattes and 7 shimmers. I think it's pretty. Now, Nomad Cosmetics does have a new warehouse in Ireland, and I'm not sure if it's Republic of Ireland or Northern Ireland. But it does say that their EU customers, I guess VAT and those kind of things are going to be included in their thing. So it leads me to believe that it's Republic of Ireland, but I think it's pretty. I'm going to say smash. I'm probably going to get it eventually. You guys know, if you've been here before, hi, I'm Liz. I'm a makeup enthusiast. I love the eyeshadows. It's a thing. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. And I have kind of a soft spot for Nomad. They were one of the first indie brands that I got into when I started really kind of getting into indie brands. So I'm gonna say smash. Smash. I think it's pretty. Alicia Budget Beauty did say that she compared the greens in this palette to other Nomad greens, and it doesn't look like there's any kind of overlap, which is a little surprising, but I am kind of curious. I want to do a comparison, a side by side. Now, am I going to purchase this? Probably. Yeah, I'm going to say smash. Am I going to purchase it right away? I don't know. Probably not. I'm trying to get through my shame pile. I've gotten through a chunk of it, but not all of it. But, I'm going to say smash. I think it's cute. I will probably end up picking it up. I do love green eyeshadow. If you don't like green eyeshadow, you don't buy this palette. I think that's fair. But we're going to say smash. Okay. In case I didn't mention it, that Nomad palette is launching on March 12th at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so it's another midnight release. I love that they do the midnight releases, honestly. It's less likely to sell out and kind of takes away some of the hype surrounding things. You I have to get this at this exact minute right in the middle of the afternoon. And it's no, take a chill pill. If you want to get it at midnight. Otherwise, it'll be fine. I appreciate that. Okay, so Adept Cosmetics has a new palette as well. This is called the Cyborg Choir. Now, I guess this is inspired by the Bionic woman, which I've never seen this. But, so it is a 15 pan palette following their more modern format. And there are 10 shimmers and 5 mattes. The shimmers, Adept shimmers are already really pretty, okay? They are. That's where the money with their palettes is in the shimmers. If you're somebody who loves matte makeup, but you're not as much into shimmers, well, Adept is not the brand for you. But this is beautiful to me as somebody who really enjoys shimmers. So it's blues and purples and pinks and a pop of bright yellow. And if you were thinking that these tones were similar to their Element 115 palette, which is their launched before last. Actually, the tones are really different. They're really different. But I think it's really pretty. It is $79, so she is pricey. But if you're part of Adept's mailing list, I don't know if you know this or not, but they've been sending out 20% off coupons, and off of a $79 palette, I mean, that's like $18. That brings the cost of the palette down to what, like, my brain is not mathing, the math is not mathing, what, $51? Which is very much in line with something like Nomad or, you know, like, I don't know, any of the other indie brands out there right now. I think it's very pretty. Now, originally they had posted that this was going to be a pre-order, but that is not true. It will be shipping at launch, like within that week of launch. So it is launching March 15th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this is also not limited edition. It is something that's going to stick around for a little bit. I'm sure if it sells out, they'll do a pre-order, but it is something that will restock. I'm going to say smash. I think it's very pretty. The shimmers, like the swatches of the shimmers, they look real nice. They look very pretty. Do I need it? No. Do I want it? Yes. And that's because I'm a color story like goblin, and I just love them all. So, well, not all of them, but I love a lot of them. So we'll say smash because that is very cute. Okay, so something new from Adept Cosmetics in the drugstore, of course. They have these new, and I think this is a product that's been around for a while before, but either they reformulated and expanded their shade range, and they changed their packaging. So they have new primer infused matte blushes and bronzers. So there are 7 shades of each. Here are the blushes, which is a pretty standard lineup for blushes. Not really any crazy unique colors there. And then there's also the bronzers there. Now I'm curious, what I'm curious about with this is the primer infused thing. And when I looked on their website, what it says is primer infused, quote unquote, that it's infused with primer for seamless blending and incredible staying power. Very curious about that. So my question to you as a consumer, if you've tried the original one, did these lack staying power? Because in my experience, most powder blushes last a long time. I think that's just the nature. Maybe it's how I do my makeup, but it's rare that I found a powder blush that doesn't actually stick around. So was that a thing with these before? I know they have different packaging. They're only $7 each. But for me, this is going to be a pass for now. I'm very curious what this is a dupe of. Elf has really kind of like become known as that brand that like dupes like expensive brands. And I'm kind of curious what this is a dupe of. The packaging with that clear lid top almost reminds me of the Bobbi Brown. So if that's what the dupe is, will you let me know in the comments? Because I'm very curious about that. Is this something I'm going to buy? Probably not anytime soon. I'm going to say pass for now, but it is something that I'm curious about. Am I going to buy it? Like I said, maybe someday in the future, but I'm pretty well set on blushes right now. So I'm going to say pass, but I'm curious. Okay. So Kaja Beauty has new bar blush. So they're actually like a bar blush and lip balm. These remind me a lot of the Pixie Glow ones. It says that they are a dewy finish. They are lightweight and they have a buildable formula. And they're formulated with fruit oils to help like protect and repair your skin barrier. This is going to be a solid hell no from me. Here's why. The Pixie Blush ones, I think, were just okay for what the price is. These are going to be more expensive for sure. And not only that, you're going to get less products because they look a lot smaller. But they're a lip and cheek product, and either they work for the lip or they work for the cheek. It's rare that they work for both unless you have perfect teenager, like, you know, fresh made skin. There's no good way of putting that. If your corpse isn't tired yet, these might work for you, but they are not going to work for me. And I'm going to say pass because there's 4 colors. They're pretty standard colors, a peach and some pinks. And it doesn't appeal to me. These are launching March 12th if that's something that you want, but I don't. So pass. Okay. So I was not able to find the price of the next item, but these are, I was honestly flummoxed when I saw that this launch was happening, because I'm like, what do you mean you've never done a lip gloss? So Huda Beauty has new faux filler lip glosses launching. It looks like there are 7 shades. I could not find the pricing available for this yet. I did make a comment on their page and asked what the price was going to be, because there's like 10 like promo videos for this on their site and no pricing. So it was like, okay. Now these are launching worldwide on March 13th, but the faux filler lip glosses, it looks like there's going to be a lip kit for this as well that maybe comes with a corresponding lip liner. So that would be something that I would be interested in trying. The colors, the colors remind me a lot of the Maybelline, the lifter glosses. The colors that they chose remind me of that, which are just like nice, neutrally, lip colors. They're like a natural lip color, and I think they're pretty. I would be interested in trying this. I'm going to say smash. I don't know how much it is though. If it's like $30 for a lip gloss, probably not going to try that. But if it's like 15 or even 16 maybe, I'd be willing to try that. But if it's not, then no, that's not going to happen. So we'll say maybe, but we'll say smash for now. Okay. So Simply Posh has sneak peeked 2 shades from whatever their upcoming project is. I can only assume that it's an eyeshadow palette, given their history of doing like 18-pan eyeshadow palettes. But there are 2 colors here. There's kind of like a slate blue-gray and a purpley kind of a color. And judging by the shell embossing, I'm going to guess that it's like some kind of ocean-related theme. I have to guess that it's like under the sea, because the purple reminds me of like the boob shells from Ariel a little bit. That's just me maybe, but we'll see. This is just a little sneak peek. So the colors are interesting. That blue-gray reminds me of, actually both colors kind of remind me of shades that are in the Nomad Ghost Town palette. So we'll see. But I think they're cute, and I do like those kind of shades. So, all right, and last but not least, Lethal Cosmetics actually posted this picture, okay? And there, oh my God, that airplane is flying so low. It is late here, y'all. It's like, it's almost midnight. That airplane is loud. Okay, sorry, totally got distracted. So, Lethal Cosmetics posted this little picture here, and it means they're collabing, and it looks like Avatar: The Last Airbender to me. It could go several different ways. It could be Legend of Korra. Somebody else commented SpongeBob. Don't think that's a thing, but I maybe did a little Googling, and the 2024 there on the bottom with Niantic. Is it Niantic? I can't remember. I did Google and I looked that up, and it looks like there is not only an Airbender game coming out, there's also that new series that's on Netflix that's live action. That is also out, and I really enjoy the original cartoon. I'm very curious if this is what this is going to be. The first place that my brain went to was Legend of Zelda Wind Waker's, and I was like, no, there's no way, because it's too old. It's like not, modern relevant, but we'll see. I'm very curious to see what they've come up with. And I really hope that if they did a Last Airbender, that it's better than ColourPop's, because that was a little disappointing looking. But we're going to see. I am curious about it. Lethal, their last collab was like the 2-Up palette. So, and that one was kind of, I enjoy it. But the performance of the shadows was not like amazing. Some of them were kind of, finicky. Some of them were finicky. And if you didn't use a white base on your eyes, then you were not going to get the color payoff of some of the other ones. So we will see. My darlings, that's all I have for you in Pass or Smash today. If you made it this far, will you leave me a little ghost emoji? Because I got my very cute little ghosties in. These are by Unrefined Grace is their name. And they're changing over to like wood as a material that they're using. So they had their acrylic earrings clearanced out. So I was like, discount you say? Anyway, I love your faces. Thank you for being here. If you're on a no buy, stay strong. And if you're like me and you just want to look at all of the pretties and then try not to buy them all, you can do it. Anyway, I love your faces. I will catch you on the next one. Bye.